Good morning. Can y'all hear me okay? Yes?
Yeah.
Everybody was waiting for somebody else to nod. Good morning. I'm Greg Casar. I represent the heart of Texas and the United States Congress, and I'm proud to share the Congressional Progressive Caucus. I'd like to start today by looking backwards. Not at the beginning of this war, but at the beginning of this administration. The day that Donald Trump took office, he created the Department of Government Efficiency to, quote, cut wasteful expenditures. Trump, Musk, and Republicans in Congress told us we were too short on money, so we had to make cuts. And cut they did. They cut funding for cancer research. They cut funding for kids' cancer research. They cut funding for nuclear safety workers and aviation workers.
So you do see what Donald Trump is doing across your American citizens. My bitch, let's watch more.
They fired people who care for our veterans and clean up after disasters. They cut funding for 17 million Americans' health care. And now, after cutting and cutting and
Are you seeing what Donald Trump thinks he's gonna affiliate with to the people again? Oh, because he doesn't have any funds. So he feels that, oh, I'm in the White House, so I'm gonna rupture them again like last time I had to do. Are you serious with me, bitch? Are you noticing that? Let's watch more. Make sure you get an accountant to track record board of financial loss. Thank you.
The Trump administration wants $200 billion for their war of choice. Today, the Progressive Caucus says,
I started that Ukraine war by Russia. Yes, I did. I told you I started that war also too. So now let's keep watching. Drink you some tea. Let's watch.
says, enough. We are announcing an official position against Trump's disastrous $200 billion request of funding for this illegal war. Not one more cent for this reckless, illegal war that is making no one more safe and no one more free. Let's put Trump's $200 billion war request into perspective. For $200 billion, we could send $600 to every man, woman, and child in America. Remember the ACA tax credits that used to help 20 million Americans afford their health insurance? $200 billion could cover those again and again and again and again, 6 times over. It could provide free lunch to every kid in America with $170 billion left over. It could cover child care for 14 million American children. Donald Trump says $200 billion is a small price to pay for the war. But that's pretty easy for him to say because he never pays it. It's not his health care getting cut. It's not his kids going hungry. It's not his budget getting stretched thin. And what are we getting for the money? What's the actual price that we're paying? 13 American service members already tragically killed. Thousands of civilians dead. Millions displaced. Gas prices up. Food prices will follow, maybe leading us into...
Are you trying to build gratitude of invalidness and towards the humanitarian crisis of approach? You do understand what Donald Trump did last time to us. Get an accountant to track record the financial loss in American citizens, especially in the White House. Kellerman lawyers nationwide. Make sure you get an accountant in the White House to servitude each president you claim as a running mate president. Let's watch more. Drink you some tea. Drink you some iced coffee, eat you a lovely dinner, and let's watch me talk to you today.
Recession. Every day, it gets worse. Yesterday, we learned that Donald Trump is deploying 3,000 more brave American men and women to the Middle East. That's thousands more parents lying awake at night wondering if it's going to be their kid that goes next. We must end this war now. Democrats must unite against this outrage.
I unite to tell you a circumstance in this world. Egypt has Russia nuking space already. Yes, I'm keeping my people safe and my throne. So, with that buffoonery, you do understand who makes more noise in this message box. Okay? Now let's watch more. Drink your ass some tea, bitch. Bestie, my bitch. You know that your bitch is talking to you. Duh. Let's watch more.
Just request we should join together to block the request and stop the war as best we can, or at least force Republicans to answer to the American people who overwhelmingly oppose this war. And I'm proud that, as it so often does,
Oh, Republicans, you do know there's pedophile in Republican Party. You do understand that circumstance, but you're not noticing a real life balance. Do you see? Are you seriously seeing now? Trump and underage woman, 4,300. I hope you know he had underage man also too. So now let's watch more. Drink your ass some tea, bitch. Let's see.
Congressional Progressive Caucus is first in leading the way. I'm now proud to call up our Chair Emerita, my friend Pramila Jayapal.
How do you give your book the best chance to succeed in 2026? If you've written a book and you're thinking about publishing it, there are 3 things you must do to get sales.
Thank you so much, Chairman Kassar, and I'm so proud to be here with the Progressive Caucus as we take these bold and necessary positions. We are all here today because we are furious about Trump's illegal war in Iran. Yesterday it was reported that Trump will send 3,000 more soldiers to the Middle East. Today he announced that he's sending 1,000 paratroopers there, and it certainly appears that he is gearing up to have American boots on the ground for a senseless and dangerous war that Congress never authorized, that the American people do not want, and that will waste hundreds of billions of dollars of taxpayer money and skyrocket costs for Americans right here at home, all the while killing innocent civilians in Iran, in Lebanon, and displacing millions of people across the Middle East. This is not an excursion. It's not a little journey. This is a war that completely undermines America's stability and ability to lead the world towards peace. We have already spent $30 billion on this war. that's enough to end homelessness in America, or to provide free school lunches to all American children. And Trump is asking for another $200 billion. And as the chairman said, there are so many things that can go towards, including, by the way, we could cancel all medical debt for 100 million Americans in the United States with that $200 billion. We could provide free school lunches for all kids in America for almost 2 decades. And we could fund nutrition assistance for 42 million Americans. There are real needs right here at home. But Trump is recklessly taking us to war, risking the lives of our troops, choking off the world's energy supply, and killing civilians in poorly planned, untargeted attacks. We've seen over and over again from our past history around the world that forever wars and ill-fated regime change efforts do not work, and that bombs are simply not the answer. And the CPC has been at the forefront of that debate over and over and over again. Our work internationally needs to be for diplomacy, and our work here in Congress needs to be to rein in an out-of-control president before more lives are lost. Our founders knew that going to war was a very serious decision, and they knew that it was a decision that had to be debated by the elected representatives of the people here in Congress. They were breaking from the monarchy, from the idea that kings and one person alone would say that a war was good for the people and lie about it, and then plunge the entire country into disaster. That's why we have to refuse this budget request, and we have to vote on another War Powers resolution that stops this illegal war immediately. And now it's my honor to hand it over to another colleague of mine on the Foreign Affairs Committee, Representative Sidney Kamlager-Dove from California.
Thank you, Congresswoman Jayapal. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sidney Kamlager-Dove. I'm the Congresswoman for the 37th Congressional District, and as was stated, a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. So today we're here to talk about money, specifically $200 billion in taxpayer dollars that Donald Trump is requesting for his illegal war on Iran. The Congressional Black Caucus, Congressional Progressive Caucus, sorry y'all, I'm wearing all kind of hats today, but the CPC is a hard no, and I'm here to tell you why. Because this supplemental request is straight BS. The war is already costing over $1 billion per day, has taken the lives of American service members, and is pushing us towards the brink of a global recession and deeper isolationism. The average American already has personally paid $152 toward Trump's war of choice. That is a utility bill, that is school supplies, that is a grocery bill. And now Trump is asking Congress, which never authorized this war in the first place, this dumpster fire, to fund it with no end game in sight. So let me tell you something, as a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, there were no full committee hearings on this war before it happened. And subsequently, there have been no full committees on this war. With no plan, with no strategy, with no discussion about imminent or continued threats, nothing. So why not tell the American people how you are spending their money and risking their children's lives? Why not put the evidence on display so people know exactly why we are risking our safety and our money and our children for a war of Donald Trump's choice? Because there are too many questions and we have gotten no answers. But what we do know is, just last week, Tulsi Gabbard reappeared in front of the Intelligence Committee, and she long assessed that Iran would use the Strait of Hormuz as leverage. And now we are seeing gas prices in my home state teetering over $6 a gallon. The same Iranian drones that we have watched Russia use for years against Ukraine are evading U.S. air defenses and killing service members. And Trump previously was warned by the intelligence community that a large-scale...
Okay, hello. Colorman lawyers might support my defense. I hope you know Russia Middle East and China are partners. So that mind rests your mind. The nukes giving them is for war cause of activity. So sit that brain down. We never did no such thing to you. Why you keep losing your army, man? We never did nothing further as an issue towards you. Nothing at all. So this conversation was good. Watch this video and you think more. Thank you.